Hello and welcome. Well, this is one of the first videos in a series. I don't know how long is it going to be. Is it going 3 to 5 videos, maybe 6, maybe even 10 videos regarding on what's going on in the sky in the nearest months and future. And then most important information is, if you want a consultation, look for the number in the description below, and we can arrange a chat over WhatsApp and we'll get you sorted. But anyways, the most important fact is that I don't know what am I supposed to do with the mic. Yes, we are going into very, very challenging times soon. But again, as I said in the videos below, I don't want to support the trend of, oh, it's gonna be so bad. Times are going to be challenging, and they are already quite unique, and they are going to be the most unique that we ever remember, probably all of us. And that's why I decided, I did think about these couple of following episodes for a good while. What should I say and how? And finally, I got a solution. So what we are going to do is, I'm going to show you what areas of horoscope are going to get affected and how. And it really depends on the country. First of all, of the horoscope of the country that you live in, how it's going to affect the country. And then secondly, how is it going to affect you? That really depends on your chart. So there is a very good example of a person that became extremely powerful and rich during very difficult times. And he's I don't know whether he's still alive or not, but he's one of right now American billionaires, but he used to be a Hungarian citizenship during the World War II, and he became very successful during probably that period. Never mind who he is. So we'll have a quick look at what's gonna happen. That's gonna be summer this year, yeah? But these aspects are getting closer and tighter right now. So as I said in the videos before, we are going to experience more and more tension and action from late March on. And as we can see, especially in the world of economy and trade, we are getting more and more tension, and the things are getting more and more exciting. But let's have a look at the horoscopes that we are going to, I just have one date because we are going to have this massive settings in the sky. Just give me a second. I will get rid of the ad and I will become small myself. Let me just maximize myself in this small window so you can both see my facial expressions and the horoscope that we are going to look at. And this is what's going to happen on one second. This is what is going to be more or less happening in the world on the 9th of August 2025. And if we just have a quick look, is there anything interesting going on? Yes, there is. And this massive setup, I did watch videos of other astrologers, right? And none of them spoke what we are going to cover in the following videos. It's not going to be covered yet. This is the basic setup that we are looking at. But let's see. So first of all, this is the most important point of the horoscope of the world right now. Well, not right now, in the very middle of the summer. Saturn is going to get almost conjunct with Neptune, and it is going to take a couple of weeks. But these two planets, they are not going to make a complete conjunction. There's going to be tiny bit missing. And then Saturn will go retrograde first, and then Neptune will retrograde second, as far as I remember. But these are two most important players. But we've spoken about that. No, we didn't. I don't really think that I made a video about that. You see, because I don't really upload too often. I don't have time. and recently I didn't have will to do it. But anyway, if I didn't shoot a video about the conjunction of Neptune and Saturn, I will, hopefully soon. But technically speaking, Neptune is, or Poseidon in the Greek mythology, is the god responsible for the ocean, everything that floats, so liquids, gases probably as well, pharmacy, chemistry, illusion, dreams, but also unconditional love. And Neptune is very difficult to define. Like water or gas, it does not have borders. And he's gonna meet with the god of time, Kronos, Saturn, that draws the boundaries, builds the boxes. So technically speaking, dreams, illusions, water, pharmacy, viruses, but things that are difficult to define are going to find a container, or they are going to be, or the space-time is going to force the things difficult to define into a box or into a container, like if you try to bottled water. So this is undefined shape that when it gets into this container, into a bottle, it has a shape. So this is the player number one. But then we have two other players that are building a sextile towards this very point in the horoscope of the world. And these interactions are technically speaking quite positive, because the interaction between Uranus and Pluto is a trine. It's a beneficiary, it's an easy energy to catch, and there's loads of this energy between these two planets. And sextiles, or half of the trine, are very beneficial as well. So simply, these two other planets, Uranus in Gemini and Pluto in Aquarius, are going to send extremely large amounts of energy to this very point in the horoscope of the world. That is sometimes called the world point, the first degree of Aries. So it is like a constant ascendant, the first degree of the zodiac. But that's not everything, because these two planets at this stage, at that day, are going to create. So Neptune and Saturn are going to create. They are going to oppose Mars in Libra, but in the very same time, Pluto and Uranus are going to trine Mars in Libra. What it means is that these points are going to be extremely affected in a way. It depends on your birth chart or on the birth chart of your country, how. But the thing is that these are the focal points of most of the energy in that very period. So I would expect lots of action. And it can be both positive, it depends on the birth horoscope of the country or of the company that you work for, or your own chart, whether you're going to receive loads of positive energy, or maybe you are going to get lots of positive energy into a problematic point in your horoscope, and it can turn into lots of challenges and adventures. Maybe sometimes unwanted, but this is what's going to be happening in the sky at that point of the year. Because this is so much energy. So we have the slowest moving planet, Pluto, then the second one, Neptune, then the third one, Uranus, and the fourth one, Saturn. In this type of a construct, working together, technically speaking, producing extreme amount of energies on certain points. And then we have Mars, that is an initiator, and he likes to start things and then leave, like start a war and then leave. I would expect this summer to be very hot, if you know what I mean, in many different areas. For some people, it's going to be excellent and fantastic. And for others, it might be some type problematic. Yeah. So this is the main construct that we are going to have in the sky. It is slowly all going to accumulate till this very point, I think the 9th of August 2025. And so these are the energies, let's say, number one energies. And because there is so much energy happening in that very first point of Zodiac, and it's going to repeat itself next year in February as well, but it is not going to be as exact. But Saturn and Neptune, they are going to meet exactly. I think that's going to be the late February 2026, but we are not going to have Mars on the other side of the horoscope, and Pluto and Uranus are not going to sextile this very point exactly. But let me put it this way, I can't shoot too long videos because of my old computer. But that's gonna be the end of the part 1. I'm gonna shoot part 2 probably straight after this one. But please be advised that because this first point of the horoscope is affected so much, and we'll cover the implications of these dates and this setup later on. But please be aware that because this strong construct that is called the kite in astrology is extremely powerful on its own, and it's usually a very beneficial construct. But as you can see here, I'm just drawing red dots all over the horoscope. But because it is so powerful and so unique, this very type that we are going to have right now, that technically speaking, it is going to affect first degrees, the initial degrees of each and every zodiac sign, of each and every horoscope. So it depends if you have some sort of interactions going on in the first degrees of your of any of the zodiac signs, you may experience some sort of tension and flow of energy. So that's it. I just made a general, I've just shown you a general construct that is going to be happening and being played quite soon. But we'll try to find the meaning in the following videos. And there is going to be a couple of them. I made around 80 or 100 slides regarding this very matter of this very construct that we are going to have this summer and a bit next summer as well. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, and again, my consultation number is open and it is in the description below. If you want to consult me regarding your own horoscope, astrology in general, or anything else, just let me know, and yeah, we'll get you sorted. So that's it for today. And if you have questions, and questions are very good, I'll be happy to answer them in the comments below. So that's it for today. See you next time.